Alright, welcome back. This is War 4. We have matched TCN, and I have a little bit of a different team today, which is actually pretty cool, because I do love Spidey, but it is nice to get to use different champs every now and again. So, my team's going to be Void, Omega Sentinel, and Guardian, and I'm actually going to take my OS to R5 mid-war. Every single 6-star that was on this map was R2, and believe it or not, I was actually kind of scared of an R2 Granddaddy Hulk Overseer. I'll explain that when I get there, though. So this first fight here is Wiccan. I'm going to be using Void for him. I can parry because Void is Incinerate immune, so I don't have to worry about Neutralize putting Incinerates on me, even though the node only has a certain number of parries. So I practiced punishing his heavy attack, and it can be a little tricky because if you don't get the timing down, you will get parried, and you cannot punish that SP1. At least I wasn't able to consistently and safely, so I decided against it. And so I knew that I had to use heavies for my openings, so I think I used 3 parries in this fight because that's about what you can use before it gets too sketchy. And from there, I'm just going to bait heavies for my my openings. I also put a invuln boost on. I'm going to have it on for the next 3 fights because of the placebo buffs and my next 3 fights all being mystic. If I didn't get my petrifies right away, I was fully prepared to tank a special 3 if I had to. But this fight's going pretty good so far, even though my second petrify is going to be the very last thing that I get naturally. And he's going down relatively easily. I didn't really want to push him to a special 2 because, I don't know, I don't like the block damage on it. And, yeah, it was a very safe fight. Just a matter of getting those petrify up. And then next fight is going to be Absman. And I'm actually going to lose my invuln relatively quickly. I'm going to get hit by 2 unblockable special ones because I'm a moron, and I just messed up the timing. So that was weird. I healed my Void, and I just lost my whole screen. So backed out real quick, went back in. And this fight is the same, except I can parry him in this fight, but it's the same idea with an invuln trying to get to my petrify, and I just want to keep him out of his form. I remember thinking that I used to have to heavy after every single special, and Alva explained to me that I didn't, because you can't always take him out of his form or something like that. There's a cooldown on it. I didn't entirely remember what that was, so I just think I went for doing it every other time in this fight. So right there, lose 2 hits of the invuln, and now I'm gonna lose another one right here because I dashed back too soon. And at this point I was like, all right, buddy, like, wake the fuck up, because you can't get hit with another one of those. You'll probably die. So I just want to push him out of my corner here and try to get some spacing, but he's being very aggressive. Again, my second petrify is the very last thing that I get naturally, because that's Kabam War RNG for you. But at this point, with Fear of the Void up, I'm relatively in control of this fight because I'm reversing all of his regen, and now he's going down nice and smooth, nice and quick. All right, next up I got this Mephisto, and unfortunately my invuln did not last, so I had to put another one on just in case he decided to be stingy and I didn't get my petrify and he went to a special 3, because he's going to get a lot of those power gains because I'm immune to incinerate. So when he has his aura of incineration, it's just going to be feeding those power gains. And other than that, it's pretty much a Void versus Mephisto. Once I get my 2 petrify, I don't have to worry about the buffs feeding his MD. And at this point, even with 1, things are relatively in control. Just bait his special 1 if possible, so that he doesn't constantly have aura up. And yeah, just kind of slow play it. Hope that I get a second petrify by the time that he goes to burn his charges for regen, and call it a day. It's actually going to end up being a relatively long fight, though, so I'm going to let it finish playing out. All right, so next up here is this Domino on 22, and this is a pretty fucking scary fight, actually. So Trey took this fight, and he was running half suicides, I think, and he finished at like 52% with 2 specials giving him recoil, so that would have put him at 62 without suicides, and I think I'm going to finish my fight at 62%, so we both had pretty much the same exact fight. Neither one of us got hit. The damage was all block damage and crit failure and maybe a tiny bit of hazard. Although Guardian has crazy high energy resistance, so I'm not even sure if the hazard was dealing us damage at all. And I'm actually going to make a mistake in this fight. So I throw special 1 first, and then I throw a special 2 when I don't have crit fail on me, because I don't want her to stop the damage, which is what we thought happened in Trey's fight. But it doesn't, I'm not sure if that's actually what it was, because he dealt quite a bit of damage there, but it looked to be about the same that Trey got. So at this point, I should have thrown another special 1, but I ended up getting myself to a special 2 because I'm a moron, and I was trying to get just under so that I could SP1 into SP2 again. But now that I've thrown the special 2, I'm just going to use a special 1 and then just finish her off with basic hits. And it ended up being a very safe fight, but naturally, anytime you fight Domino, things can be scary, because she's a fucking vicious, life-sucking bitch from which there is no escape. All right, so at this point, I have R5'd my Omega Sentinel, and I'm going to use a heal block pre-fight on all of my OS fights this war. So the cool thing about Omega Sentinel is she's nullify immune, so I don't have to worry about this node at all. And the basic strat for playing her, my buddy Wait actually taught me how to use her efficiently, and it's pretty much medium. You want to do that 3 times at the start to get your 3 debuffs on, and then you're going to finish a combo with a light, and that's going to pause your debuffs. And then special 2s basically put plasma 1 and then +1 for each debuff that you have on them. So if you have 3 and use a special 2, it's going to apply 4. And that was a really fucking quick fight because she's pretty badass. So this is the fight that actually scared me. I don't know why, man. I was looking at Daddyhulk here, and I was like, you know what? That's a big Daddyhulk. And I don't know, man. If he throws a special, there's going to be a lot of running away and a lot of waiting out that auto block phase, and things could get hairy. But the cool thing about this node is if you put a heal block on, it pretty much turns the node off. So I figured as long as I can stop him from throwing specials and keep my heal block up, I don't really have to worry about him being unblockable at any point. And if he's not unblockable and he doesn't throw specials, there's really nothing to worry about. And it ended up being a really fucking quick fight. I don't know why I was scared of it. Then next up is Apoco on Buffet, but once again, Omega Sentinel can't be nullified, so it pretty much turns the Buffet node off, and I'm using the heal block debuff. Now I had to turn suicides off, because if you have one of the debuffs on you and he throws a special, he's going to apply more, and I don't want to fuck around with that, so just going to work to my special 2 and cycle it back to back, much like I did with Sauron and Granddad Hulk over there. And this is going to be a really simple, easy fight. Just bait a couple specials out of him, cycle specialties, let the plasma do the work, and you're good to go. All right, so we ended up winning this one. However, 4 deaths is not what any of us want. We're not happy with it. We're happy we won, but we're not happy with the ways in which we died and the amount in which we died. So we got to figure out what it is that we're going to do to lower that number and to stop having the types of deaths that we had. But good luck to TCN for the rest of this season, and thank you very much for watching.